The year is 216 BC. The Roman Republic, a burgeoning power in the Mediterranean, is about to face one of its darkest days. The stage is set for a confrontation that will be remembered for centuries to come. Imagine the dust, the heat, the screams. The air is thick with tension and the smell of sweat and blood. Soldiers, both seasoned and young, brace themselves for the onslaught. We are on a battlefield in southern Italy near the town of Cannae. The landscape is harsh and unforgiving, a fitting backdrop for the carnage that is about to unfold. The ground is littered with Roman dead. Shields and swords lie abandoned, a testament to the ferocity of the battle. The once proud Roman legions are now a sea of lifeless bodies. The Battle of Cannae is a bloodbath. Roman soldiers fight valiantly, but they are no match for the tactical brilliance of their enemy. The Carthaginian forces, led by a mastermind, have turned the battlefield into a slaughterhouse. It is one of the worst military defeats in Roman history. The Roman army, once thought invincible, is now in full retreat. The survivors flee in panic, their spirits crushed and their ranks decimated. Tens of thousands of Roman soldiers lie dead and dying. The scale of the loss is unimaginable. Medics rush to tend to the wounded, but their efforts seem futile against the overwhelming tide of casualties. The mighty Roman Republic is on its knees. News of the defeat spreads like wildfire, sending shockwaves through the Senate and the streets of Rome. The once unshakable confidence of the Republic is now replaced with fear and uncertainty. Their enemy Carthage is triumphant. The Carthaginian soldiers celebrate their victory, their morale soaring. They have not only won a battle, but have struck a significant blow to the heart of Rome. A brilliant general named Hannibal has outwitted and outmaneuvered Rome. His strategies are studied and admired even today. Hannibal's genius lies not just in his tactics, but in his ability to inspire and lead his men to victory against overwhelming odds. This is a story of courage and fear. Roman soldiers, despite their fear, show incredible bravery. They fight with everything they have, knowing that their very survival depends on it. Yet the fear in their eyes is unmistakable, a reflection of the dire situation they face. It's a story about tactical genius. Hannibal's double envelopment maneuver at Cannae is considered one of the greatest military tactics in history. He lured the Roman forces into a trap, encircling them and cutting off any chance of escape. Most of all, it's a story about how even the mightiest can fall. The Roman legions, symbols of power and dominance, are brought to their knees. The fall of these mighty warriors serves as a humbling reminder of the fragility of power. The Battle of Cannae echoes through history. Historians and scholars have studied this battle for centuries, drawing lessons from its events. It is a pivotal moment that has shaped military strategy and historical narratives. It is a stark reminder that even empires can be vulnerable. The ruins of ancient empires stand as silent witnesses to the passage of time and the inevitable decline that follows unchecked hubris. The Battle of Cannae is a testament to the enduring truth that no empire, no matter how powerful, is invincible. To understand the significance of the Battle of Cannae, we need to go back in time to the roots of the conflict. We need to delve into the bitter rivalry that existed between two of the ancient world's most formidable powers, Rome and Carthage. Carthage was not just any city-state. It was a powerful and wealthy hub located in North Africa, known for its strategic position and influence. It controlled a vast trading empire that spanned across the Mediterranean, making it a dominant maritime power. On the other hand, Rome was a rising power in Italy, expanding its territories and influence through relentless military campaigns. Both Rome and Carthage had grand ambitions for dominance, each seeking to expand their influence and control over the Mediterranean region. These ambitions would inevitably lead to a series of confrontations, as neither power was willing to back down. This prolonged and intense clash of civilizations is known as the Punic Wars, a series of 3 wars that would shape the course of history. The First Punic War was a brutal struggle for control of the seas, with both sides suffering heavy losses. Ultimately, Rome emerged victorious, gaining control of key territories, but Carthage, though wounded and weakened, was not defeated. The desire for revenge and the determination to reclaim their lost glory burned fiercely within them, setting the stage for future conflicts. The Second Punic War began in 218 BC. It would be a war defined by one man, Hannibal Barca. Hannibal was a military genius. He was driven by a burning desire to defeat Rome. Hannibal devised a daring plan. He would take the war to Rome itself. He would cross the Alps, a seemingly impossible feat. His army, including elephants, endured incredible hardships. They battled treacherous mountain passes and fierce tribes, but Hannibal's will was unbreakable. He led his army over the Alps and into the heart of Italy. Hannibal's arrival sent shockwaves through Rome. He quickly won a series of victories against Roman forces. The Romans, however, were not easily intimidated. They assembled a massive army, larger than any they had fielded before. They were determined to crush Hannibal. The two armies met near the village of Cannae in southeastern Italy. The Roman army was confident. They outnumbered Hannibal's forces. They believed victory was assured. They would soon learn a brutal lesson. Hannibal was about to deliver a masterclass in military tactics. Section 5. The Carthaginian Trap. Hannibal knew he could not win a straight fight. He had to use cunning. He had to exploit the Romans' weaknesses. He carefully chose the battlefield. He drew his army into a crescent shape. This was a deliberate trap. The Roman legions marched into the center of the crescent. They thought they were driving the Carthaginians back, but Hannibal's troops on the flanks held firm. They slowly began to encircle the advancing Romans. The Roman soldiers were packed tightly together. They could barely move, let alone fight effectively. Section 6. Slaughter in the sun. The trap was sprung. Hannibal's cavalry charged into the Roman rear. The Roman army was completely surrounded. Panic spread through the Roman ranks. They were trapped in a killing zone. Carthaginian soldiers attacked relentlessly. Roman soldiers fought bravely, but they were hopelessly outnumbered. The slaughter continued for hours. Tens of thousands of Romans were cut down. It was a massacre. The Roman army was annihilated. Cannae was a disaster for Rome, a triumph for Hannibal. Section 7. A victory remembered. The Battle of Cannae sent shockwaves throughout the ancient world. Rome, the seemingly invincible power, had been crushed. Hannibal's victory was complete. Cannae became a model for military strategists. It showed the importance of careful planning and maneuver. It demonstrated the devastating effectiveness of encirclement. Hannibal's victory at Cannae is studied to this day. It remains one of the greatest tactical achievements in military history. Section 8. Rome's painful lessons. Rome was in shock. The city was vulnerable. Many of Rome's allies abandoned them. It seemed that Rome's rise to power was over. But Rome was not finished. The Romans showed incredible resilience. They reformed their army. They learned from their mistakes. They adopted new tactics to counter Hannibal's genius. They refused to give up. This determination would ultimately lead to their salvation. Section 9. The tide turns. Hannibal remained a threat for many years, but he could never deliver a decisive blow against Rome itself. The Romans had learned their lesson at Cannae. They avoided pitched battles with Hannibal. They gradually wore down his forces. The war dragged on for another 14 years. Finally, in 202 BC, the Romans confronted Hannibal at Zama in North Africa. This time, it was Hannibal who was defeated. The Second Punic War was over. Rome had triumphed. Section 10. The Legacy of Cannae. The Battle of Cannae remains a chilling reminder of the horrors of war. It was one of the most devastating defeats in Roman history, where the Carthaginian forces led by Hannibal encircled and annihilated a much larger Roman army. The sheer scale of the loss, with tens of thousands of Roman soldiers perishing in a single day, left an indelible mark on the collective memory of Rome. It is a testament to the military genius of Hannibal Barca. His innovative tactics, including the famous double envelopment maneuver, showcased his ability to outthink and outmaneuver his opponents. Hannibal's strategic brilliance at Cannae has been studied by military leaders and historians for centuries, cementing his legacy as one of history's greatest commanders. His name is still synonymous with tactical brilliance. Hannibal's ability to inspire and lead his men, even in the face of overwhelming odds, is a testament to his leadership skills. His strategies at Cannae have influenced countless military doctrines and continue to be a subject of admiration and analysis. Cannae also reveals the resilience of the Roman Republic. Despite the catastrophic defeat, the Romans did not succumb to despair. Instead, they demonstrated remarkable resilience and determination. The Roman Senate and military leaders quickly regrouped, reassessed their strategies, and made crucial reforms to their army and tactics. Even in defeat, they found the strength to carry on. The Romans learned valuable lessons from their loss at Cannae, which ultimately contributed to their future successes. They adapted their military strategies, improved their training methods, and developed new tactics to counter the Carthaginian threat. They learned from their mistakes and eventually emerged victorious. The Roman Republic's ability to recover from such a devastating defeat and ultimately triumph in the Second Punic War is a testament to their resilience and adaptability. This period of intense struggle and eventual victory helped shape the future of Rome and its empire. The lessons of Cannae continue to resonate today. Modern military academies and strategists still study the battle to understand the principles of warfare, leadership, and strategy. The Battle of Cannae serves as a case study in the importance of flexibility, innovation, and the ability to learn from past mistakes. They remind us that victory is never assured. The events at Cannae highlight the unpredictable nature of warfare and the need for constant vigilance and preparedness. Even the most powerful armies can face unexpected challenges and setbacks. They teach us the importance of adaptability and determination. The ability to adapt to changing circumstances and persevere through adversity is a crucial lesson that remains relevant in both military and civilian contexts. The story of Cannae underscores the value of resilience and the human spirit's capacity to overcome even the most daunting challenges. The story of Cannae is a timeless story of triumph and tragedy. It is a narrative that encapsulates the highs and lows of human conflict, the brilliance of strategic minds, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The battle's legacy continues to captivate and inspire people across generations. It is a story that continues to fascinate and inspire us centuries later. The Battle of Cannae remains a powerful reminder of the complexities of warfare and the enduring lessons that history can teach us. As we reflect on this pivotal moment in history, we are reminded of the importance of learning from the past to build a better future.